What's going on, guys? So I know it's been a while since I made a video. This is probably the first good day that we've had in a long time. It's been rainy, nasty. You'll have to forgive the way I look today. I'm sweaty, I'm nasty. The humidity is horrible. It's just how it is after it rains. But what I wanted to show you guys today is I did a little bit of modification to my battery box and some of the wires on my kayak. And what I've done is I've run a set of lights, low drain, lights off of my battery system for the back of my kayak and for the front of my kayak. So it kind of helps a little bit at night. I've been doing a lot of night fishing here lately. The only time I'm able to fish is at night after the sun's already gone down. So that's kind of where I'm at now. I just wanted to show you guys. So here we go. Now twist the hook the opposite way. Check in with you guys later. Okay guys, so pardon the mess. I just got done running this stuff and I just got done doing this, so it's a little bit messy. There's drill spots, there's, dirt, grease, mud, nastiness everywhere. So what I've got here, what I'm using for a battery box is I had a couple of these old Pelican cases left over from a deployment that I went on, several years ago. I got tons of stuff that's like stacked up from former deployments. You get 4 deployments, you got a lot of stuff laying around, especially Army stuff. And I told you guys before, Army stuff is always the best stuff. And we use these to keep our stuff dry, when we go overseas. And this thing is perfect for, it fits your battery. And then I've got my wires running the side here. And basically all I did is I just took a pool noodle and kind of wrapped it around. And I've got a hole drilled in the Pelican case. I mean, obviously that hole's not waterproof, but this kind of keeps the splash water out. If you were to submerge it, it's, obviously it's going to get soaked, but this kind of keeps the splash water out. And then literally you just, pop the little 2 clips here on the front, and then I've got my battery set in there, and I got some pool noodles as kind of cushions and insulators to keep it from, rubbing and bouncing around in there. It kind of keeps it tight. And I've got the wires run around the side here, coming from the bottom to kind of keep the tension off of pulling on this plug right here. So it just kind of keeps it tight in there. And charging is not too bad. Literally when I want to charge it, I just kind of pop the battery out and I just hook my charger, to the little metal connectors right here. It's not really a big deal. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. I usually only charge this thing about every 3 or 4 trips I go out, and that's with the with the fish finder running and with the lights that I had before. But these lights are a little bit lower draw, so they don't draw as much juice. And what I've done here is you guys are gonna hate me for drilling holes, but I actually drilled holes to put a switch here, and then I use this wet dry putty just to kind of fill the holes in where the wires come out and just kind of keep splash water in. Like I said, it's just kind of like the battery box. Obviously, if you submerge this, it's only going to hold for so long, and eventually it's going to break it down, but it just kind of keeps the splash water out, which is really all I'm going for. And then I've got the switch here, and this literally, it turns the lights on. Now I've got to do something with this light. It's in a really, really, really good spot. It really helps, like for tying knots and unhooking fish and stuff like that. But it is shining right in my face, so that may not be the best location for that. I may have to rethink that one just a little bit. Just kind of, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It works, but it's just kind of right in the face. But also, I'll show you the wiring situation I got going on down here. Don't hate me, but I'm not the most genius of a person when it comes to wiring, so this is going to look like a big mess, but it's not really. It's actually, I've got everything, strapped off and together, and the only thing I really have that's kind of just loose is the way I've got my my transducer mounted for my fish finder. Is I have got it attached to a piece of foam and taped to the bottom of the kayak, and it works just fine. Obviously the only reading I don't get that's accurate is water temperature, but as far as where fish are at and all that stuff, it works just fine. But I've got everything run going down towards the back there underneath, and getting the wires to go all the way through this thing was a pain, but I managed to get it done. And back here I've got another hole drill with a wet dry putty, and then I've got another light here. And what this does is when I flip that switch up here, this actually lights up the back here. So if you've got stuff in your crate that you need to see, or stuff you're trying to get to in your crate, it lights it up perfect. So you can see from the front, you can see from the back, and it also it provides a pretty good bit of light to when you're on the water at night. I mean, it's always good to have a source of light. And like I said, this is just kind of some rough DIY. This is not, I kind of thought this out a pretty good bit, and this I may change this, but it seems to work for now, and it seems to do what I need it to do. So it kind of works for me. Okay guys, I just kind of wanted to share that with you. That's kind of a little bit of an update. Like I said, doing a lot of night fishing, going out when the sun's down, and that's probably the best way I know to have a little bit of light on the boat when you're working at night, because you just can't see. You really can't see out there. The light stick that I've got that I put behind me, my homemade Visipole, for those of you who didn't see that video, check that out. That works great, but it only lights up that that area, and I need if I need a bright light to unhook a fish, or just to kind of see what I'm doing really quick that I don't want to constantly have on, these are perfect. Cut them on really quick and one and done. Turn them off when I don't need them, and they're on a separate circuit than the fish finder, so they don't I can have the fish finder on, flip the switch, turn the lights on, turn the lights right back off, so it's on a completely separate circuit. So it's not like I'm interrupting power from my fish finder or anything, and I don't have to have the switch on constantly. But it works, and it does what I need it to do. Comment down below if you've got some ideas on how you light your boat up at night, or how you make it so you can see a little bit better when you're out there at night. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and stay tuned for more DIY stuff. I love doing this stuff, and I love sharing it with you guys. Thanks. See you soon.